Hey everyone, welcome back to the series. Today we're going over the fourth lesson. So, continuation of the finger exercises. While the pupil is making the necessary progress in the knowledge of the treble notes, he may, by way of daily exercise, add the following studies to those already given in the second lesson. So tune into the video on the second lesson if you haven't already seen that, to see the basic finger exercises which Czerny gives. And then we have here a few more advanced ones, which I'm going to play for you now. So you can see they're very, just a step up from the previous exercises that we had in lesson 2. These exercises would be taught by the teacher at the piano. You wouldn't read them because we're using the bass clef, which you haven't learned yet, so they'd be taught that way. Okay, these exercises must be first practiced by each hand separately and afterwards with both together. Makes a lot of sense. The same tranquil position of the hand over the 5 keys and moderate movement of the fingers individually, as well as all other rules on touch which have been explained in the second lesson, must likewise be strictly observed in these new exercises. So follow the same approach as you did with the second exercises. Experience has taught me that pupils, even with very feeble memories, are soon able to learn all these exercises by heart if we patiently teach them note by note for each hand separately, partly by first playing them over ourselves and partly by short verbal instructions drawing their attention at the same time to the similarity as well as to the differences in all these exercises. Sort of what I was saying before about the teacher would teach these at the keyboard. They're not meant to be learned by reading the notes. And that experience shows it's quite easy to do, which it is. Okay, the first elementary instructions may naturally be divided into 2 parts which must proceed together by step by step. First, into the learning of the notes, the distribution of them, the time, etc. And secondly, and into the earliest possible development of the free action of the fingers by practicing passages learned by heart and properly contrived for the purpose of improvement. Neither of these divisions must be neglected, for if we wait till the pupil has obtained flexibility of the finger by merely reading and finding the notes, much time will be lost and a stumbling block be placed in the way of future progress. Alright. That actually brings us to the end of the 4th lesson, believe it or not. There are some little some more pieces that I'm going to play for you guys at the end of the video, like in the last one. But I really like his point here, that the first elementary instructions may naturally be divided into 2 parts. That the 2 elementary parts of learning to play the piano is first the learning of the notes, the distribution of them and the time. Secondly, the development of the fingers, which is the technical side. From my experience as a teacher, personally, I think I neglect the technical side early on. So I've taught for about 3 years and I haven't always taught the technical side very well, I think. And a lot of the time was spent on the theory and playing the pieces and things in the method books and stuff like that, in these modern method books, and then not so much to a technical exercise, you know. I have done it, but just it's not part of any kind of standard that I normally do. And I think it should be. I know there are teachers though who are very who really do care a lot about technique from the beginning, and they'll have students learning scales and exercises and stuff like that. But then the thing is, I've taught students like that who have come from teachers like that, and then usually they don't have a very good theoretical understanding. So it's hard because, and I think it's a lot because of things I talked about, I think in the second lesson, but where there's not enough time to have both in modern music classrooms. When we have a half an hour lesson, we have to divide that into 15 minutes on listening to them play their pieces, some of that time on feedback, and then another 15 minutes maybe on doing some theory or something like that. There's really not a lot of time for technical exercises. Whereas, Czerny was dealing with a 1 hour long lesson for at least 4 times a week, which is, then it all makes sense. And it's yeah, we can spend a lot of time on your technical development, learning exercises and doing the pieces as well. So that all makes a lot of sense when you look at it this way. But it's really hard. It's really hard in today's music education sort of society to do that, I guess. There's give and take, I guess. Alright, anyway, thanks so much for watching, and enjoy me playing these short pieces for you. They're the continuation of the practical exercises from lesson 3. So first for learning the treble notes, and afterwards intended to be practiced. So just used as exercises to learn treble notes, but afterwards to be practiced as pieces, just like the pieces in the third lesson as well. So I hope you enjoy. There's some interesting looking ones, and I'll see you in lesson 5.